Hi, everyone. Welcome to Reading Royals with body language expert Scott Rouse. I'm Kinsey Schofield. Reading Royals brings history, headlines, and human behavior. I should also add humor in there together in a way only Scott and I can because we love each other's company. We go beyond palace press releases and carefully staged photo ops to look at what's really being communicated. And Scott, even as an adjacent royal watcher, in the
Mhm.
last week, do you feel like you've been bombarded with imagery from the UK because the royal family has been out in full force? We're seeing so much of them lately.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And
Yeah.
used to, I didn't have any of that stuff. It was all cat
Are you saying
videos
I
and things
ruined
like
your
that.
algorithm?
Pretty much, it's pretty much gone. Amber was looking at it. She goes, I said, look at my feed. And she was scrolling through. She said, it's all royal stuff. I said, I know. But I stop and watch them because I want to pay attention to what they're doing. But man, it's full now.
Yeah.
That's because I don't know anything about it and I've got to learn about it. But yeah, it's full of stuff like that. So yeah, they seem like they're everywhere.
Yeah, they really are. Well, you're learning about it as we go, and
Yeah.
that's part of the I think the audience sometimes gets frustrated because they're like, we already know this, but I appreciate the fact that you enjoy learning
Oh
about
yeah.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's interesting. It's interesting how because that's what. Yeah, here we go. That's what gets me so mad now when I see Meghan and Harry because they go, this is what it really looks like," and they're over there pretending like that's what they are. That's what gets on my last. I don't like that fake. Man,
Yeah.
it gets to me. It gets on my nerves. I don't like that.
Huh. Well, I want to ask you about Kate Manzi today is at Royal Ascot, and she posts the most precious video of the Princess of Wales doing a curtsy for not only King Charles, but Queen Camilla. And it occurred to me as I was watching this really sweet curtsy,
Mhm.
two curtsies, I should say, that Meghan wants to be referred to as a duchess, but she does not like Meghan doesn't want a curtsy. Like she's openly complained about it and
Oh,
mocked it on you covered her mocking it on the Netflix
oh yeah.
series.
So it's everybody wants to be a gangster till it's time to do gangster
Stuff.
stuff.
I
So
don't think you wanted to say stuff, but I
no,
appreciate the fact that
yeah.
you recognize that this is a family show.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
this is coming from my girlfriend Kate Manzi, who I absolutely adore. So this is the royal procession at Royal Ascot, and this happens every year. Uh, and
What's Ask It?
so this is horse racing,
Oh,
and it happens near Windsor. I've been. It's a lot of work to get to this. I guess if I came from Windsor, it wouldn't be so bad. But the last time I went from London. And sometimes she kisses him too, but I think that the hat is too big to go
okay.
in for the kiss because it can look uncomfortable. I was trying to tell secrets to people in my big fascinator. There's the queens. So a sweet moment, sweet curtsy, respectful of the king and queen. Rupert Bell, my friend was telling me that it's not necessarily a curtsy to the person as much as it's a curtsy, a sign of respect to the institution. Does it,
Hmm.
first of all, does that look anything like the curtsy Meghan Markle did that you covered in the
No.
Netflix series? And what does that body language tell you? She's, to me, she is showing respect and it looks like a sign of love and appreciation.
Yeah, she looks like she knows what's going to happen. She expects it to happen. And then when it comes time for it, I think her timing is good. I don't know what the intricacies of all that are, but it looks pro, you know.
Mhm.
It looks like the ones you always see. And the one that what's her face was doing on Oprah or what I think it was the interview she did in it.
It was the Netflix series, and Harry's sitting next to her, and
Right.
she compares it to medieval times, and
Oh,
she's
yeah,
like,
that's right.
"Your Majesty," and
Yeah.
she thinks she. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think she thinks she's telling a cute story that Americans will go, yeah, how archaic. Like, and
Yeah.
Harry's looking at her like, I don't think that this is going over as well as she thinks it's going over.
Now, if you're dealing with something that's historic like that, you have to have, and you should have respect for it. You
Mhm.
know, I like that when it comes to bluegrass. You know, if you're dealing with the people who are actually the founding fathers of bluegrass, man, you've got to have respect for that and the old music as well. You know, and if you don't have respect for it, then what are you doing? How can you say you really like this stuff and understand it or into it if you don't respect it? So if you don't show respect, which she pretty much, it was, since it's all about her, though, it makes sense. She's like, I didn't understand what was going on. Come on, man. She knew what
Yeah.
was going on.
Yeah.
And I know, I would assume, let me ask you this. They take you aside. They would have taken her aside and said, look, here's how you do all this. Right.
Mm, she has claimed publicly multiple times that they did not. But one of her very, I apologize if somebody just heard me say this to Rupert, but one of her very first accusations was that she had to Google, God Save the Queen. She didn't know the words to God Save the Queen. And I was talking about how in every event that I attended in the last week, if we had to sing God Save the King, there was a pamphlet. There was something was handed to you with the hymns you
Oh,
were going to sing, with the prayers you were going to say, with the lyrics to God Save the King. You know, that is that's silly for her to say nobody helped me. There's also a report that I can't remember where this originated. Perhaps it was Valentine Lowe, that an author that said that the Duchess of Edinburgh, Sophie, Prince Edward's wife, was presented to Meghan by the Queen as a potential mentor, and Meghan rejected the idea, saying, Harry can help me. Harry knows everything. Harry can help me. So she was offered what you're describing,
mm.
um, but she rejected it and then went on to complain that it wasn't offered to her.
Oh, okay.
Are you feeling sorry for her?
Maybe a little.
No,
No,
you're full of it.
no,
You're
she
full
may.
of it.
No,
You
I
know that she
can't.
was, I think that they're constantly, and we'll talk about this a little bit later in depth in a second, but I think that they're constantly trying to position themselves as the victim. For instance, I don't really think Prince Harry, if he comes to the United Kingdom with his children and Meghan next month, I don't think he actually needs to or wants to see the king or wants to reunite his children with the king. I think he's hoping that the king has a packed schedule and can't see him and the children so that he can yet again villainize the family and be the poor little victim. It's like they're constantly setting themselves up to be like,
Oh,
they're mean to us.
I thought he wanted to meet him. I thought he wanted to meet with him.
Do you really think he
No,
does?
I mean, that's my
I mean,
Instagram
I think
feed,
that's what
man.
he wants you to think, but I don't think so. I think that he's constantly who have you can you name one other person in the world that has monetized victimhood the way that these two people have?
I was gonna say OJ Simpson.
Ooh, he
Maybe,
tried. He
yeah, maybe that's the
definitely
closest.
tried.
Yeah,
That's a wild card. He tried, but
yeah, but no, not like this. No,
let's
no.
look at another Ask It video of the Princess of Wales because there have been debates as to whether or not Prince William and Princess Catherine like being there. This is Catherine, I believe, her first time returning to Ask It since her cancer diagnosis. And I thought, looking at this video, that she seemed thrilled to be there and in the mix.
Oh. I think people are saying that now. Are you? Good season. John McGinn.
He's in a good mood. He's like
Yeah.
joking around with the crowd. He doesn't know those people he's talking to, and he's eagerly engaging with them. And, he just seems like he's comfortable there.
Yeah, we saw him when he was into, was it soccer? Is that what they were playing, or was it
Yeah.
football or what?
Yeah.
So when they're playing soccer,
Football.
man, we saw him
Football.
at his,
Football.
yeah, peaking. Was it football? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was peaking with excitement with those guys. You know what I mean? So he was showing that, and he's moving around in the seat. And he looks excited to me. She doesn't look, that into it, but you can't, I could completely be wrong because she doesn't move much in that. If you're excited, you move around, you adjust and do all that. And that's what he's doing at the same time, trying to think up something funny to say, because he's dealing with people and he knows he's being videoed. So, but I think if he wasn't that into it, he'd been much less movement.
In her defense, when you have one of those hats on and it's
Mhm.
windy,
Oh,
you are like
busy.
moving. Every moment has to be so strategic. Like, like So
Okay.
in her defense, I mean, I remember being, and you're wearing lipstick or lip gloss, and so you're worried that some hair might end up in your lipstick or lip gloss. You go like this, and now you've got lipstick or lip gloss all across your face.
I know it.
Scott, it's
I
hard
know.
being a girl.
I know. I hate that because you don't know what's going to happen next. Especially with hair. Like when mine's falling out, is jumping off my head. I'll get one in my mouth sometimes. It's so embarrassing
You're
when people see
crazy.
that. Look at that.
All right, let's check out some Trooping the Color video, which was incredible. You asked me if I could, well, you suggested I send you some of the video I had, but I'm going to be honest, most of my video is, well, I do have a video of the Princess of Wales and the kids getting into the carriage after the official show. And where I see looks like she's trying to get a recap of them, asking if they
Hmm.
enjoyed it because she was separated from them. She was on the pillar with King Charles and Queen Camilla, and it's my understanding that they were upstairs in a window I couldn't see because I was sitting next
Oh,
to the King and Queen and the Princess of Wales on the left. But I got a lot of video of the Grenadier Guards, and
how
so
you
I got a
getting
lot of
into all
video of
these
the
places? How you get in those seats? What do you do? Who's the?
they I have amazing friendships. I'm so grateful that yeah, because I did have people ask, "Are you covering this? Are you working?" And I'm like, "No, I'm here as a guest. I'm
Oh,
not
hanging
here
out.
to, I'm here as a guest. I'm not here to work." Which made me feel very cool, if I'm being honest.
Good for you. Good for you. But
Thank
how do
you.
you get in those? I want to know how do you get that close? Or you know them, or you know those people.
Well, how do I, well, a lot, I mean, I just make really great contacts. That's why I spend so much time in the United Kingdom. I'm making friends, and
Hmm.
one friendship leads to another, and once
Yeah.
I'm invited places. I'm like unbelievably lucky. I'm like so lucky. I literally, when I was at church with King Charles on Sunday, I probably said in my head, "Thank you, God," over 100 times. I was like, "Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God." I can't believe how lucky I am.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
cried on the plane when I left because I was like, that was the best trip. And they were like
Oh,
tears of appreciation.
wow. Great.
I
Oh,
know.
good. Your vacation went well then.
It went very
So,
well. I know you're probably like,
no,
sometimes Scott will text me, "I don't know, that's a girl thing." And I feel like you're thinking that in your head right now. This is all very, that's a girl thing, crying on the plane because you had such a good trip. Is
yeah, I
that a
don't
girl
think I've
thing?
done that. I haven't done that often. It happens every now and then, but
Uh,
not
you-
every time.
you're like,
Depends on
not
where I
since
come back
spring
from.
break 98. All right,
Mm.
let's look at some trooping video. This is very sweet. Okay, so Prince Louis is their youngest child and
Okay.
is what you and I would describe from the South. We would describe him as a total ham. He
Oh,
is
okay.
happy, silly, funny, outgoing. Um, he seems to have no filter. He You can tell he's a loved child because of that freedom, because of that just, silliness about him.
Hmm.
But he loves this. I mean, in my opinion, he is getting a kick out of
Oh,
all
yeah,
of these
yeah.
people so excited to see him.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand. I've never been in that position, obviously, but I understand that from little kids getting in a situation like that because they feel like they shouldn't be there, and it's something exciting every time they do it.
Mhm.
So now, who's the other one? Is it a boy or a girl?
There's Prince George and Princess Charlotte, and Prince George is going to be king one day. He's in the line. Well,
Oh,
they're all in the line of succession, but we do expect um there's a lot of pressure on Prince George. He's the oldest
hmm.
because he's going to be king one day. And normally I would have said to you, I felt that he recognized that pressure, but lately he seems much more comfortable in the position. I think that this is let
Wait
me
a minute,
pull.
I'm confused here. Who's
Mhm.
George?
That's their oldest child, Prince William and Catherine's oldest child.
Oh, okay,
Then there's Princess
okay,
Charlotte and Prince Louis. Prince Louis is the youngest and certainly the most outgoing. But we'll watch this video. So there
okay.
you
I
can
get it.
see all of the children. Again, compared to that first video of Louis seems to be in hog heaven. Like he is just thrilled, laughing at certain reactions he's getting from the crowd. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, much more at ease, much
Mhm.
more aware that they're being watched. And I hate to use the word judged, but that people are observing them and that there are certain expectations for them. Do you get that sense too in comparison to that Giggly Louie video?
Yeah, Louis the youngest one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, because the youngest one, he's the one that probably gets in the least amount of trouble because they, when you first get a child, that's the one that they really go, hey man, you got to act like this, you got to do this, be it the boy or the girl. And so as you go, as the years go by, that's the one that's had the strictest rules or whatever put on him. So I think that's what we're seeing. I think for George, it'll be he'll always be really, he'll sit up straight and do everything he's supposed to do and all that. Then Charlotte's probably going to be, I don't think she'll be a troublemaker or anything.
Charlotte is usually the one that is correcting or corralling Prince Louis. Prince George does not need any corralling. He's very well behaved, but Prince Louis is usually a wild man, which we love. We're not discouraging it, we're encouraging it.
Oh, yeah.
But Princess Charlotte is usually the one putting him in his place, like very older sister.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense because he's not the middle child. She is. So
Yeah.
she feels like she's got to be the one to she sees both ends of that, so she's got to. Did I just wink? Oh my God, I think I just winked. We'll have to cut that.
Well, no, let's
I'll
keep
never
the
hear
wing,
the end of
because
that
that's
one.
the perfect segue into one of my
God
favorite
almighty.
visuals of Trooping the Color, which is Prince William on horseback. I don't know what body language we can get from this other than the fact that I think he is really comfortable and confident in his role. But you tell me after watching this video. I got my first sunburn in probably 3 or 4 years at Trooping the Color this year. That's a hot bearskin hat on his head. That's a hot uniform, I imagine. The discipline it takes for him to sit up straight like that and just to push through the day. That's a difficult job that we just watched.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, something like that. He knows what he's supposed to be doing. He knows what it's supposed to look like. And this is showing that he understands that. Because somebody's going to he's probably not going to be in charge of the armed forces over there, that kind of thing. But they used to be. The king was in charge of, hey man, we'll send our people over there to do this or to do that.
They learned their
to
lesson
attack
after
them.
1776, didn't they?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. We could do that if you want to. Anyway, so he's showing respect for the situation. I don't want to say the office, but he's showing respect for those guys because they got to do that too. Because he's got to do that one day a year.
Well, and they all have had positions. Prince William was a helicopter pilot for air ambulance, and like they all have held positions in different, and even today they still have like honorary positions as colonels in chief. So
wait, William was a helicopter pilot?
And he actually still flies regularly, and it's just been within the last decade where the palace is kind of regulated is the only other word I could use, and said you can no longer fly with your entire family in the helicopter. Worst case scenario, we don't want Harry and Meghan to become king and queen one day. And so he used to fly with the entire family in the helicopter, and now he's no longer allowed to do that. Every once in a while, I think he might break the rules, but I wouldn't tell on him. But regularly flying with the entire family is no longer allowed technically because it jeopardizes the line of succession.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know he did. See, the thing is, you never see pictures of him or video of him out doing that stuff, but we see.
But you do see video of Harry accepting an award for what was it? A legend in aviation.
Oh no, really? That's gross.
Yes,
Where was
really.
this? Where did this happen?
That was 3 years ago, maybe, and he was
legend
in aviation, and he accepted that award from John Travolta.
Oh my God, I wouldn't be telling that if I was him. That's
Oh, you know what'll really tick you off?
What?
He also accepted the award, the Pat Tillman Award, even though Pat Tillman's mother said Harry is not a hero. I do not think that Harry's name should be uttered in the same sentence as my son. No. Harry still stood up on a stage and accepted the Pat Tillman Award at, I think it was the ESPN Awards. Is that not unreal?
Nobody threw anything at him?
No, but there was I think that petition online, it was at 40,000 at one point. I think it might have reached 70,000 if I'm not crazy, but there was such pushback on him accepting that award. He was accepting it because of the creation of the Invictus Games, but his mom, I believe, Pat Tillman's mom at the time said, like, Pat Tillman lost his life doing his job and Harry quit his. Like, Harry didn't even have the discipline to be a royal. How can you compare these two men?
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. And a legend. What's the one they called him a legend?
The legend of it in aviation.
Oh my God, that's gross. He shouldn't do that.
You
John
know, in
Travolta gave it to him.
this month he accepted being in considered in Time magazine's 100 most influential sports figures.
Harry? What sports did he do? Which one did he do? Are you kidding with
Uh
me?
Invictus in the Invictus Games. But it's like, you worked in Hollywood, you worked in entertainment, you know that these are accolades that he's receiving because a publicist is working to get him planted on these lists or for these awards to elevate his profile. I mean, elevate his profile is like a general reason, but we know because of what we do that he's trying to change public perception of himself through some of these awards. An influential sports figure, get out of town. Like, no, you're not. We are going to watch this video of him at the at the Knicks game in Texas, but I almost felt like that was to justify the Time magazine acknowledgement,
You
because
know,
he's not a sports figure. He's a nobody who smokes pot and surfs.
I'm going to get my favorite actor is Billy Bob Thornton. I'm going to
Yeah.
get him to give me an award for what do you an HR? What is it? You wouldn't call it an HR. His Royal Highness of the Mayor of Body Language. I'm going to get him to do that. Give me
Okay.
the
You're gonna
award
have
for
to.
that.
I think you might have to work that. Although I'm gonna send you my interview with Billy Bob Thornton. He loved my dog. He loved Bigley. He met
When did
Bigley
you do that?
years ago, like maybe 2 years ago.
Wow.
I know,
Wait,
but he loved Bigley Bear.
did you ever see Fargo? The thing he did,
Of
Fargo?
course, yeah.
Man, that's the best psychopath ever played. People argue that, but I don't think so. That's he did it the best.
Okay.
He did it the best.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even. Well, other good psychopaths.
Javier, the guy from No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
That was a
Oh
dang
wow,
good
there's
one.
this new show on Apple we have to talk about then if we're talking about psychopaths. Have you seen that? It's with Amy Adams, and like they're cutting off toes and stuff.
No. Why
Okay,
are they
well, we'll
doing
talk
that?
about that offline because you're gonna love it. You're gonna freaking
Hmm.
love it. All right, let's watch this video of Prince Harry. It doesn't have any sound, which is okay. He doesn't really have a team to root for because he's not really a fan of either team. We have no idea why he's there other than to again elevate his profile, get some positive attention. Uh, Such a strange PR execution, in my opinion. Um, what's your takeaway from? Also, keep in mind that he's there while trooping is happening, while you're seeing the entire world watching his father being celebrated for his birthday. It's the King's birthday parade, Trooping the Color, and Harry, who quit his job, promising a life of service, is then seen like off enjoying a basketball game. It just feels classic Harry. Like, where's your life of service, bro?
You know what I'm going to ask? Where's his wife?
Yeah, I
Where is
think that's
she?
I think that's a very fair question.
Where seriously, what is she doing? She
Well, it was weird because around that time she did a huge photo dump on Instagram that was highly criticized of like her daughter in a dirty shirt and a dirty Beyonce shirt. Meghan taking a boob and crotch shot of
Oh,
herself.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I mean, can you imagine Princess Catherine ever doing that? No,
No.
no, no. Um, and I have a theory as to why she's doing some of these weird posts. I think she's trying to appeal to a younger demographic. But yeah, her behavior's been odd lately.
Hmm. Yeah.
Always. It's always been odd. I did want to ask you because there are reports today that Prince Harry is going to return to the UK with Meghan and the children, and that's big news over in the UK. I could care less. I don't recognize these children as in the line of succession. They're Americans. And Harry and Meghan have been so destructive towards the British royal family that I wish that they would be formally removed from the line of succession. And what I can tell you based on my trip to the UK is that everyone I met felt the same way, that they needed to be removed from the line of succession. And I thought when I read that really could be causing a hurricane of problems, or a hurricane of interest, maybe I should say, when it comes to exposing the children's faces. Are they voluntarily going to expose the children's faces on this trip? Is that why they're announcing that the children are coming? And if so, how chaotic might that be, considering the fact that they have teased this reveal over the last few years? Or am I simply being too sensitive? What is your take?
Personally, I don't think anybody care that much.
I
We see the
don't,
other
but
ones.
you know that there are people that do.
Oh, there are people definitely in the States who would want to see those kids. When we've talked about that before, they're probably not the best kind of people in the world.
Mm.
That's what makes it so dangerous. But then when you get a situation where you're going to go and you can't hide their faces the whole time there anyway, this is a little bit different as well, because it's not really not they've been trying to hide them and do all that for so long. So I don't know. It just seems nothing they do is they say one thing, but they act another way. So I don't even think they're going to think about it. I don't think it'll bother them at all. I don't think it's come up in conversation, probably.
That's wild. That's so irresponsible.
Yeah.
Because my concern is that it would start a flurry of attention. Like, you'd have not 3 photographers waiting for you at the airport. You'd have 23 photographers waiting for you at the airport. My concern is that this build up and tease, will they, won't they, will create an atmosphere that's far more dangerous than there would have been had Meghan left the kids off of social media in general.
I agree with that. Yeah, if they hadn't been, man, you can't do that. You can't almost show their faces to some people out there who aren't wired correctly. When they see that, they go, I got to look at them. I got to see what those kids look like. I got to look at them, or I want one.
It's a dangerous game.
It really is.
Will you talk to me in a few days anyway, even though we're talking on it? Okay, well, we'll still do our normal weekend date. All right. Yeah. Agree with us, disagree with us, let us know in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. I'm Kinsey Schofield. He's Scott Rouse. Please go subscribe to his channel, where he beat Chase to 200,000 subscribers, because we love Scott Rouse. We love Chase too. He's fine. But we're the Scott Rouse HQ. Fan Club HQ over here. That means headquarters, Scott. At Kinsey Schofield Unfiltered. We love him. Hopefully you've headed over there and you've subscribed already. But if not, do yourself a favor, because he is very funny over there, and you learn a lot. So I look forward to seeing you again next week. I'm done rambling. I have 2 dogs that want to say hello to you. We're only going to say hi to Bigley today. Look at how cute. His hair's growing. His hair's so long, but look at how cute this guy is.
That's sweet.
He is sweet.
So sweet. Hattie had her tooth out yesterday.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's drugged up. She's coming off it.
Okay.
Well, she's right there.
It's almost her lunchtime, right?
I fed her before we started.
Oh, smart man. Smart, because Hattie gets a little sassy sometimes with me. Hattie says, "Give me my man back," and I have to. I have to oblige. All right. Well, we will talk to you again in a few days. And thanks so much for hanging out with me.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate you letting me do this. Thank you so much.
Whatever. I love you. Whatever. You're so sweet.